Hello and welcome back to Bets in Bed. Today we are reviewing UFC Fight Night 141, which takes place in Beijing, China. We got another barn burner on our hands, and by barn burner, I mean
no one's gonna watch this.
no one's gonna watch this. But
No one cares.
before we get into...
Except the funny thing is, I might end up watching this because it's on at a very convenient time to watch.
What time does it come on here?
6.
6 p.m.?
6 p.m. Extremely convenient time to watch. So it'll be like, I mean, it's on Fight Pass, so that also is a. Well, I guess yeah, you have that. So but me getting out of bed and walking across the hall is going to be a monumental task. However, no one in the States is going to watch this.
Yes, exactly. Because before this, we would have to wake up at like 7 a.m., which is...
I think the main card starts at 3. So I was hearing like a lot of people saying, I can't wait to just roll out of bed at noon and catch the main event because these UFC events last for literally half a day at a time.
Although I do have to say, for those of you at home, setting your alarm for like 4 in the morning and immediately starting gambling and binge drinking is a beautiful way to start a Saturday. I know from experience. Yeah, it'll ruin your Sunday, but it'll make for a hell of a Saturday. So... other than that, let's jump right into things. Last week, how did we do? Nick.
Well, I'm hot.
Nick's on a hot streak.
I'm hot. You're not. That's pretty much all there is to it. Like I told you, I had a terrible week.
Mm-hmm.
Had to get that out of me. That's out. Jump on board the train, folks.
Yeah, even I have to admit, Nick's been on quite a hot streak. Having another positive week last week. I went, I think,
You were
2-2, but that...
No, I think you were 2-1. I think you came out ahead on like actual
on
picks,
my record.
but the one that you missed was a biggie.
Yeah, Cesar Ferreira fucked me. So we're still 0 on any of our double down picks.
What do you mean double downs?
Like 2 units.
Oh yeah. Oh, as a squad.
Man, so we're going to episode 5. So let's hope that changed. So first up on the Beijing card, who do you like?
I'm going to start at the top and start at the lot. I don't have like a ton. I think I actually have more than last week somehow, but I still not a ton here, but I got a double. So I've got top of the card, main event, Curtis Blades, Francis Ngannou. This is the easiest. This lock of the week, right away. Curtis Blades, minus 240. Take it to the bank. The first time they fought, Curtis Blades was A, training at a UFC gym in Chicago.
Yuck.
B, had 0 training partners. C, he was. I think he was going like since he obviously had to work like full time, was not clearing a paycheck. Those Reebok checks are not supporting rent, food, electric, and Netflix. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So he was training like 4 hours a week. I mean, there are guys that put that in a day.
Yeah.
Like, period.
Not Francis though.
There have been some, no. Well, yeah, on the heavy bag he does, but not in the wrestling room. And so he has gotten leaps and bounds better. And if you didn't see it, I know that Overeem is, his best days are behind him. His horse meat days are behind him. He's not what he was. But that said, he's still good. Like, he's a savvy vet.
Mm-hmm.
And Blades ate his best shots that he has to still offer at 200 years old. Took him down, beat the shit out of him. And Blades has just looked good in general. He looks like he actually knows how to fight. Keeps the fight keeps grappling Mark Hunt. Like, he knows, he's got fight IQ now instead of like, all right, I'm going to shamelessly shoot this double from across the universe. And that's how Francis basically beat him the first time. Like, he shucked off a couple shots, but it's like, Blades is not disguising any shots. He was so green. So I got that as the lock of the week is Curtis straight up. The daily double there is Curtis inside the distance at minus 132. Also, I mean, Francis seems tough. I mean, he took a beating from Stipe, so hat tip to that for sure. But I don't think no discredit to Stipe because he has finished a ton of guys, but that ground and pound was very like wrist ride and just kind of like pat. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, my brain would be mush soup if Stipe did that to me, but if you watch that and then you watch the elbows Curtis finished Overeem with, those are 2 different classes of ground and pound. Mm-hmm. So I think that he's going to get Francis out. Immediate go in. The minute Francis puts his hands up, takedown, and we're going to work. And then as soon as Francis gets tired, I mean, it's like bad news bears. So that's my first pick, and it's a double for it.
All right, not bad. I could not agree any more than that. If you look up at the dictionary, the definition of broken, Francis Ngannou comes up because Stipe Miocic just took his manhood in that fight. And like you said earlier, even though you were wrong in that Yair fight, once you get broken like that, you ain't coming back. And after that pathetic Derek Lewis showing, I'm going to have a hard time thinking that Ngannou's going to come in this fight with a lot of confidence. It's crazy to think that both of these guys entered the UFC at the same time period, because one has turned into... Curtis Blaydes comes off like a veteran to me. He has gone better in every single fight, and he fights like an experienced fighter. And Ngannou is still very much the same fighter that beat Curtis last time. So I love Curtis Blaydes here. I'm going not 1, not 3, but 2 units on this fight. So we're going to get our first 2-unit win here. I feel it in my plums. I love it. I would be shocked if they lost, which I always am. But love that pick. That's my first one. Also, no, we have gotten one where we've agreed on before, too. We got to keep track of that. I don't know. It's been maybe 1 or 2.
No, we had... Who was the chick?
It was just Derek Lewis. Macy Barber.
Yeah, that was easy. Yeah. Also, quick side note on this fight, I do want to mention how fucking... the UFC is just so stupid. You pair these two up for God knows what reason. Mm-hmm. No, I don't know why. It makes no sense. Here's what you have. You have Francis, who you're going to either send on a 3-fight skid to get Curtis Blaydes to the top of the heap, which, like...
He already
But
there.
even right, he's already there. So, like, he doesn't need this fight at all, really. This is just kind of like, hey, you want to redeem that loss that you had? And then you just... I mean, Francis is broken, but, like, he gets TKO'd by Blaydes here in 4 or something. He's, like, broken. Like, that's it. Like, you've got, like... You're basically done. Like, your career is pretty much over. Then, or, on the other side, Francis comes in... uppercut from the Netherlands, like uppercut straight from Cameroon, takes out Curtis Blaydes. You just literally killed off a 27-year-old contender in a division that has 0 contenders and is about to lose their champion after he takes off the Brock Lesnar bag and runs into the sunset. What is the... we don't need to talk about... That's more of a podcast topic, but holy hell, like stupidity in the matchmaking department.
Absolutely. But I have a feeling this is going to be the nail in the coffin for Francis. And he's never going to return back to his full, scary self. All right, well, that was your... Was that 2 picks, or was that just one?
That was a double. That's a double header.
Double. All right, well, I'll go next. So for my second pick, it's going to be in the Alistair Overeem versus this Sergey Pavlovich guy. Making his UFC debut. I'm going on the over 1.5 rounds here. I've been pretty light with those lately. I've been very light with those lately. So I think the line was like minus 115 for this. I don't know. For everything that I've seen and heard from this Sergey guy, he's very good. He's coming up. He was a former light heavyweight champ going up weight class. But I think Alistair is savvy enough to... not walk into a firefight at this point, and it seems like this Sergey guy is kind of slow to start. So 1.5 rounds. I know everyone's thinking the knockout. I love the over, pounding it.
That's an interesting take, seeing that I'm pretty sure he's finished like 8 of his 9 knockouts are in the first round.
Well, I'm just worried about him getting knocked out in the first round.
The Sergey guy?
No, Alistair.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying Sergey's a slow starter? He's knocked out 8 guys in the first round.
Has he?
That's a interesting stat check there.
Fuck me.
Very interesting stat check.
I honestly just was looking up reviews. Someone's like, "Oh, he's literally slow to start," and I already saw the over. I'm like, say no more. Give the over.
Wow.
Say the over. I saw some highlights and everything. He's a little timid out there.
You've purchased snake oil at some point in your life.
Fuck.
Okay, interesting pick. But what you were saying in the not getting into a firefight, I'm actually riding with Alistair Overeem on this one at plus 110. Kind of like the dog. It's not a huge dog. You're not making crazy value. But this guy's only had 12 fights. Overeem's had a shitload, obviously. If he gets cracked, like, he's going down. So I'm not, by no means am I even close to lock, doubling up units, or anything on this pick. However, I think at plus 110, you got some fair value there to get in on a guy that I really think that, how you said it, he doesn't want... Overeem is over gunfights.
Yeah.
So I can easily see him kind of coasting through circle leg kick, let this guy kind of just like get frustrated because he doesn't know how to handle a guy that just crumbles when he runs at him and throws bombs. Overeem ducks out, gets out of the way, resets, leg kick, whatever. I like him to kind of pick up a steady... There will be spurts of this... Pavlovich is going to try to swing and throw fucking rockets, I think. That seemed to be kind of his MO once he gets going. But I do think that Reem is going to take a decision. It's not going to be crazy exciting, but I think he's going to squeak one out overseas.
Yeah, I do like that one here. I was shocked that Sergey was coming
totally
in
got that stat line wrong.
No, he was coming in as the favorite. And I just thought, rat line. This is they know something we don't know, or Dana White is just pulling a page out of Vince McMahon's book and is
editing the books.
Yeah, he's cooking the books here. Don't mind that pick at all. I was thinking about putting him on. If I had known the 8 first-round finishes, then I maybe not have bet him, but I'm still sticking with that over. All right, so next up for me, this is my last pick of the card. Not super confident about it. It's in the Vince Morales versus Yadong Song fight. I know Yadong Song is a very highly touted prospect, but I did go back and watch Vince Morales' fight on his Contender Series. He ended up losing it, but he actually showed some pretty good promise there and a ton of fucking fight here. So I'm just hoping this is Song Chinese?
Dude, I don't want to be racist, so I'm not going to name it. He's Asian.
He's Asian, so it's like a hometown fight. I have a feeling that if he gets dragged into a dog fight that Morales would like in front of the main stage, he might crumble under that sort of pressure, seeing that he's expected to win and is a huge favorite. So I'm taking Vince Morales, my long shot of the week, for 1 unit at plus 365.
You inspired very little confidence in everybody with how you described why you're taking that pick. My last pick is I've got this guy wrong a million times, and that's why. So I'm just reverse. This is all there is to this. I'm just reverse betting it. The Leech, Yi Jingling.
Oh my God.
He at minus 185 coming in. I forgot even the guy's fighting's a late replacement. It's the Dutch something or other, or something. He late replacement has not really fought on a big. I mean, KSW's big in terms of stage and people that attend the arena, of course, but just the Leech has been not against the top tier of the UFC, but he's fought just the middle meat of the division kind of guys. And these last couple fights actually succeeded. He does get cracked a lot. He does seem to fold. This is the kind of fight that I normally would take the dog here, bet against him because these are the ones that he loses, and that's exactly why I'm betting with him, because it's the
hometown hero, maybe,
right,
not sure,
yeah,
but
right, yeah, trying to be
eye gouges. You never know. We're in Beijing here.
He'll let anything go. Like, there's no way they're penalizing the home kid. So that is why I'm going with the lead. Really, and I mean, just like also to inspire a little more confidence than Matt's last pick. He's just better, so he should win. But in all areas, like especially kickboxing, and this other guy is. Apparently the game plan is he's gonna wrestle, get the Leech to the ground, which is what everybody's pretty much game plan is with this guy, because he's reckless on the feet, like absolutely reckless. But I think that Leech is strong enough, good enough, and he's somehow the recklessness worked. I don't remember too many times, except for in a few of those losses, that he's just underneath people for long extended periods of time. He is very opposed to the missionary position, so he gets right up.
Well, this is just a dumb pick, not for any like statistical or matchup reasons. It's you can't bet on people that you fucking hate. It would be like me betting on the Packers, because if the Packers actually don't end up covering, it isn't worth the risk of the outrage, because I know you hate the Leech. He's
only because he's burned me on so many bets, but I'm gonna get
and
it back.
The eye gouging, and he's just he seems like a kind of a piece of shit. I don't really like the guy. Although, come on the podcast sometime if you're willing. We'll get an interpreter. Not sure if he knows English. He might. But you're going to be so... this has... Why the... Like, if it's a guy you don't like, at least bet against him, because...
We'll see.
If he burns you and wins you...
tomorrow, I do not care.
We'll see.
I do not care. And then I don't have anything to go on. I don't have any plus 300 to take. If I was going to take a flyer on something this week, I'd be looking at the Alex Morono inside the distance at plus 300. That guy, he seems so unkept, but he's caught some people. Like, he's caught people, and this dude... God damn it, I forgot who he was fighting. But I just...
Should have wrote it down.
I know.
I do the same thing every week.
I know. I always, with the inside the distance ones, I forget to... look at both guys, do their homework, and then just don't write one guy's name down. And it doesn't help that they're all from China in
Yeah.
Asia. It's those are not exactly. It's not Bob Smith you're trying to remember, but Morono's he just a reckless dude. Like he's just kind of like a madman, and so I can see and I like how he kind of matches up in a. He's a long, rangy kind of guy.
Looks good in shorts.
The other dude's a better. No, he does not. He's actually very doughy. The other guy would be the looks good in shorts. He's very much like an athlete, but I can just see kind of him getting overwhelmed with the recklessness. Is kind of like because that's how Moreno when he wins. It's because he's just kind of like for whatever reason the people don't offer him a lot back, and he just ends up overwhelming people with just. Not really great technique, but I'm just gonna kind of do shit and do more shit than you're gonna do. Is how it kind of comes off in a lot of his wins. I would take my flyer on that if you need a bailout at plus 300.
Plus 300
inside the distance.
Inside the distance. Okay. All right.
That's all I got for this week, though.
All right, so that puts me. I got 3 this week. You got what? 4?
I got 4 because I got 4? The Curtis Blades double Bananarama.
I need to make some headway here because I'm starting to get pulled behind. Still afloat, but. You follow us along on Twitter. We will be live tweeting this one, seeing that we have really no excuse other than the fact that I'm just crippled hungover. I think I could fire up a few tweets. So again, I'm Nick. Here, joined with you is I'm not Nick. I'm Matt. What the fuck am I saying?
He's crippled hungover right now.
A little bit hungover right now. I'm Matt. Nick. Follow us on Twitter at Below the Belt MMA. You can follow me at Twitter at Broliva and Nick at _ a guy in a gi.
And we'll update the stat sheet next week before the Perth card because we didn't have that present this week. So we'll have like a full updated rankings next week.
All right, guys. Keep it sleazy.